Hello, Natalie.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this. So if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to do the course.
Yeah, well, my name's Natalie Brenner, and I've had a career in film for 32 years, and the last 3 or 4 years I have been really preoccupied with the idea that I'm getting to an age where I want to think about a different career for myself. And I hit 55 this year, which had always sort of been a mental landmark in a way, that if I was ever going to make a change, it would be then. And for the last 20 years, the other career I'd always thought about was food. I love cooking with a passion. And about 3 years ago, I took a part-time sabbatical to do some training just to see if I was good enough as much as anything. And I did really well and I loved it. But because I'm a partner in a company, which I have been for the last 9 years, I was sort of handcuffed to it. But COVID has changed everything. I think the year of working in my crate from home and really reassessing my life and what I want to do, I started to think very seriously, with the support of my family and my husband, about how I could perhaps start a new career, and saw, I don't even know how it came up. I think it was on Facebook, something came up about Enterprise Junction, and it was literally as though it was talking to me. It was, for people of my age, thinking about doing something completely different, but also that there are lots of us, that it's possible, that our age shouldn't be a hurdle. And so I contacted you as soon as I saw it. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity, because it really, my plan, I don't leave my company until the end of August. And then I start proper training. So I've got a 3-month training course that I'm doing, and I get a work placement, which I cannot wait for. So to actually start a business plan now kind of felt like it was a bit too soon. But what I've done to participating in this course is just equip me with everything I need to think about for when I get to that stage. And without it, I don't know how I would have even managed it, So I feel far more empowered.
Oh, that's great. And so what do you think the biggest thing that you will have taken from the course?
Planning. I think it's about planning, and really, there are so many things, so I don't know that there's just one thing, but overall I think it is planning and really thinking clearly about a specific business that I want to set up, because I'm still not sure, am I going to do catering? Am I going to get a food truck? I want to develop my menu. What's my USP? So I still need to think about that. And while I'm in my current job, having the headspace has just proven that's been the biggest challenge so far. But I spoke to a mentor that you provided me a chat with, who was so brilliant and so encouraging. And it felt to me that the biggest takeaway was, no, do start to put your business plan together, but be very focused on what that is and use that as your starting point, because it can evolve. Yeah. So there's a flexibility as well, and not getting overwhelmed thinking, oh, well, I can't do anything because I'm not ready to do it. It's like, no, you've got to start somewhere, otherwise you'll never do it.
Yeah.
So I think there's that. And I think having a bit more confidence, understanding that I've got all these transferable skills after 32 years of working in a very public facing business, and dealing with people, sales and marketing. I've got all of those skills, which I'm going to need for what I do next. So that was probably something that made me feel really encouraged.
Okay. And the course content, did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, it kind of exceeded my expectations, because it was so comprehensive. I think your workbook is amazing. I think the actual, we're all on Zoom. I think, it would have been so lovely to have been there in person, to bond with all these other people and have time to get to know each other and have more opportunity to bounce off each other, because it was such a varied group with such different ideas, plans, backgrounds. So I think online, that bit we didn't get as much benefit from. But the actual content and working with that workbook, which is so detailed and so comprehensive and will be my Bible as I move forward. And it's such a resource that, like I said, if I hadn't had that, I really think I would have been really in the dark, because there was so much I just hadn't thought of.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that I really liked and benefited from was the sales and marketing section, and looking at, as you're setting up your business, to research and look at on social media at everyone else's businesses, see what they're doing, dig into what they're, and start to extract your own, and be inspired by other ideas, and not be put off that they're there, because if they are there, it means there's a market, you know. So that's a good thing, and you want yours to be, you know, distinctive and perhaps hopefully better. So all of that, again, I found very inspiring. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's been really, really helpful.
Well, I'm very pleased that you've enjoyed it and you found it helpful. That makes me very happy. So I'd just like to say thank you for your time and for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Oh no, real pleasure. And I'm sorry I was late.
That's all right. Bye-bye, Natalie.
Bye. All right. Bye-bye.